Hey, it's Amanda with Goldenrod Meadow Farms here in Marion County, Florida, and today I'm going to talk about propagating Dune Sunflower. These are specifically the West Coast variety. They're native to Florida. I have a mother plant here that I'm going to take some cuttings from today. All the rest of these on the table are cuttings that I did January 20th. Today is February 21st, so these are a month old. These are beautifully rooted and are ready to get up potted into 1-gallon pots. These here are very close but still need a little bit more time. They have roots developing. And these are not quite here where I want them to be yet, but they should root. I think I took, on January 20th, 68 cuttings that I put in these 4-inch pots. And I think so far I've only lost maybe 4 or 5 of them. Dune Sunflower roots very easily from a cutting. And I'm going to show you how to do that today. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is make sure your clippers or your knife is clean and sanitized. And we are going to, I'm just potting these up today with about 80% of our native soil, which is mostly sand, being in north central Florida, and about 20% of compost that I make here on the farm. So I just mixed that up ahead of time, and then I'm going to use a rooting hormone. This is what I've been using for years. You can use whatever brand you want. This is just what I've had. I've had this jar for forever, lasts forever. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take a cutting over here. So you want to make sure that you have some leaves on the top and try to cut below a node. So I'm going to cut this one here. It's kind of woody on the bottom, but it should root. I'm going to cut below this here and see how that looks. And we'll take 2. So let's see. I'm going to take this one here. This looks good. So I'm going to take this one close down here near the bottom. So we have our 2 clippings. All right, so you see here we have leaves on the top. Neither of these have flowers on them, but I have taken some that have flowers. Like this one is mostly rooted and has a flower. I have several that I've already up potted into 1-gallon pots that are for sale in my nursery. They're ready to go. They're big and beautiful. Several of them have flowers on them already. Okay, so we're gonna take here and you're just gonna dip your cutting in rooting hormone and stick it in the soil. And I put it down in there pretty far to try to get as most contact as I can. Press it in there nice and firm. Do the second one here. And stick it in. And there we go. So, like I said, all of these cuttings here have been going for a month now. And I would say 2/3 of them are have roots and are fully rooted. 1/3 of them are well rooted, so they root pretty quickly. I can show you some other plants that I've started from cuttings and when I planted them and what they look like now. You can see how much they grow. This is a great time to get them in the ground. It's spring. I really like Dune Sunflower. It's a really great ground cover in Florida. It's really low maintenance. It reseeds. It spreads. You can cut it back. You can make more plants out of it pretty easily. All around great plant. And I have found, for me, it blooms here in north central Florida most of the year. So can't beat that. But I'm going to put some water on these and set them out here. This particular table that I have is on the east side of my house. And so it gets full morning sun, but then about noon, the sun kind of dips away. So they're not getting scorched by the hot afternoon sun. They're not under any type of shade cloth. And I have most of my propagations here, and I'm always experimenting with different things that I have growing around the farm. And so some things work out, some things not so much. So that's fun. That's part of the fun of experimenting. So I'm gonna get some water on these, and then I'll take you over and show you my, I actually have some East Coast Dune Sunflower that I took some cuttings from my aunt's house. So this is my patch of East Coast Dune Sunflower. I started this from a small cutting about the same size of those others. I took the cutting in mid-September of last year, which was 2023. I came home, I rooted it, and I put it here in our front landscaping, which is very much a work in progress. But as you can see now, 5 months later, this is how large the plant is. This is all from that one original cutting. And I can continue to take cuttings from these. I've already had several flowers. I've got another one. This one just closed up, and there's another one forming right here. I will do another video in the near future on the differences between East and West Coast Dune Sunflower. It's not necessarily the best thing to have them both growing in the same location. So if you're going to choose a variety, choose one and stick to it. Once I sell out of the West Coast, I will probably only carry East Coast Dune Sunflower here at the farm. They can hybridize, so if it puts out seed, your future generations that come up will be a cross between the two. But I will do another video in the future on the differences between the two and what to look out for. But this is East Coast here, and as you can see, it makes very nice ground cover. I have it tucked in with some pine needles, and it will eventually spread and fill in a large portion of this bed here. These here are the other West Coast Dune Sunflowers that I started from cuttings back on January 20th, a month ago, and they are already well rooted and are here for sale on my nursery tables. If you are interested in purchasing them, we are open Sundays 1 to 5 p.m. and Mondays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We have several native varieties for sale currently, and we're adding new things almost daily as we head into spring. This is Amanda from Goldenrod Meadows Farm in Marion County, Florida. See you next time.